welcome back to Under the Table. It is episode 39. I want to make, before we get into it, Heath, I gave you an inspiration last episode. I want you to hold on to that so when we reset next episode, you're going to start with 2.
Cool.
Just because, like, given Hero points out now while we're taking these long, level up episodes seems pointless.
Right.
So I want you to have it because you really did earn that one. So, all right. Anyways, here we are, episode 39. And also, I promised you, Heath, that we would circle back to the homework I gave you 2 episodes ago about watching a movie and then telling us about it.
Okay, it's time for my book report.
Yes, it is.
I actually watched a bunch of shit. But it was really, like I said, I have to get hyper fixated on a theme or something. And 2024, I started the year on January 1st. I don't usually really commit to New Year's resolutions and stuff, but it just kind of lined up. I was like, I'm going to read some Lovecraft. But there were so many references and stuff that I was like, I get that that's a Lovecraft or Cthulhu or just cosmic horror thing, but I don't understand the references, and that irked me. So I started the year by reading 8 or 9 Lovecraft stories, and then getting into stuff that's not Lovecraft but in the genre, and so I kind of picked that back up after we recorded last time, and so I got on a kick with watching a bunch of I googled best cosmic horror movies, best eldritch horror movies and stuff like that, and I watched a bunch of them.
And now you're insane.
And now didn't have to do a whole lot, But no, I watched the one that's specifically Lovecraft is I watched the Nicolas Cage Color Out of Space.
Dude,
how's that?
It was pretty good. It's it's wacky.
It's wacky. That's a nice, polite
Nicolas
way to say that. Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is being very Nicolas Cage in that movie.
It's almost like the part was written for him,
I did enjoy it. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say it's a good movie, but I had read that story, so I think I probably enjoyed it more than if I hadn't. But I also watched The Thing because you and John reference The Thing all the fucking time, and I've been too much of a pussy to admit that I hadn't seen The Thing up until now.
So good.
So good.
So I did watch The Thing, and it was very good.
I'm mad that you told me and didn't I wanted to fucking watch that shit with you because I didn't watch it this year. I normally try to make sure to watch that movie and The Fly every year for before Halloween. I didn't get to watch any of that shit.
And it's because Heath watched it without you.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly why.
You do your annual
Why would
movie
you do
that
this to your friend?
Heath, you should be ashamed of yourself.
You piece of shit.
I don't want to hear it, dude. I've already argued numerous times. My problem with getting in ruts where I don't watch movies is being by myself. You want to watch a movie? Text me. No one will be more eager to do that.
Also, John, What Do We Do in the Shadows coming?
I have been very busy lately with also having to move my stuff around. I'm going to be leaving my location. Yeah, I'm moving locations in New Orleans.
Okay.
While I had it on my list, it's on a little index card that's right by my door. Anytime I go out, hey, remember what we do in the shadows. You need to watch
You have it on your door?
Yeah, on my door. Because absolutely. Just a big old.
But you're leaving, so you're being reminded at the worst possible time.
Well, you
but
have
you're not
to shut
see
the
it coming
door.
back.
You shut the door.
No.
You lock the door when you come back.
Hey, crazier things. Crazier things is all I can say about that. All right.
All right. So with that little deviation aside, Heath, what did you think about The Thing?
It's a phenomenal movie.
It's awesome. It's so good.
It's really good. I was really impressed by how old it is. That sounds shitty, but the practical effects for their time were really good and gross, super duper gross. The thing itself is horrifying. But no, it's great. But I also watched Annihilation, and I loved that movie.
Another great movie.
Yeah, that was good.
The character writing, super thin, but that's not
Yeah.
really what you're watching the movie for.
Right.
No, that's
Everything
a mood
else
piece.
was fantastic.
Yeah. Now you can read those
You're there to be
books. They're even
mesmerized by the
crazier.
set piece.
Yeah. I capped it off with The Lighthouse, which is the most batshit crazy movie
my
I have not
God.
seen
I
that
have
yet.
ever
That's
seen.
on my list.
It is
I
great.
loved it.
Yes.
I loved it, and it's also the craziest fucking uncomfortable movie I've ever seen. Don't want to watch it again. Glad I watched it. You know,
You haven't watched
Is it like-
Antichrist? Seen any Lars von
Yeah,
Trier?
fucking Willem Dafoe movie. Oh, yeah,
my
Lars von Trier.
God.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Is when you say you don't want to watch it again, is it the kind of movie that's like Requiem for a Dream or Train Spotting?
I would watch The Lighthouse
Very raw.
way sooner a second time than I would watch Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, it's
'cause
it's
that
not
movie-
breaking.
fuck that movie,
It's
dude.
not it's not
Yeah.
breaking. The Lighthouse isn't. It's just like what the fuck. It's kind of like
It's-
Mad God. Have y'all
I'm
seen
not
it?
familiar
Okay.
with that.
Well,
Oh,
Google
yes,
it.
I have seen that. I've seen that last year.
Yeah.
It's great.
Look
The
at
joy,
us,
the
John.
joy
We're
on
doing it.
John's face. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
he was
Phil
like so
Tippett.
excited that he'd seen it.
He's like the master claymation, and it took him like 20 fucking years to make it, and it is essentially the descent into the psyche of a mad person going through some kind of hellscape. It's
Yeah.
Wow.
bananas.
Whoa.
Oh, but I love it. I love it.
My favorite
Yeah.
fruit.
Bananas.
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 So that whole kind of project, which is kind of how I was viewing it, also spun into just generally trying to watch some more horror stuff, particularly the Mike Flanagan stuff, right? So I watched all of Haunting of Hill House and really enjoyed that show. And now me and
Oh, you finished it?
yeah, I'm done with it. I've been done with it
Nice.
for a week, 2 weeks. But I'm watching Midnight Mass now, but that one is like me and E-Robs are both watching it, so it's whenever, like once a week, we might watch an episode. But I'm enjoying that. I just did episode 3, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what the show is.
Yeah. Now you get
Right.
it. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
I started episode 1 with a friend last night, so we'll see.
It's a slow burn.
Haunting a Hill House.
Oh, okay.
okay,
That's
okay.
also a slow burn. But I love the atmosphere of both of those shows. But I've been doing my homework as far as not only watching a movie, but like trying to. I know I've been the naysayer about horror and stuff as a genre. I'm really like getting in a kick with it and trying to find stuff
dude,
that I like.
It's more than just slasher movies.
Yeah, well,
There's,
I'm
like,
just
some
not
really
gonna
good
watch a
stuff.
slasher movie. Like I'm
Even though Scream is one of the best movies ever made. Just gonna put that
I
out
mean,
there.
that's
It's
subjective.
good.
But
It's
anyway.
quite good. It's quite good.
It is perfect at what it's trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, and you got to give it that credit, dude. Like, it's lampooning scary movies while also being a scary movie.
A good
like,
one.
Yeah, like while also being like legitimately a good scary movie. But like, it is so self-aware. It's just, I don't know. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant movie. Now, the rest of the Screams that follow, whatever. But the original Scream, it's a pretty brilliant movie, in my opinion.
that is a thing I feel like is a pitfall of a lot of movies that get popular, but like horror in particular is bad about like this horror movie was like groundbreaking and impressive and unique and did its job very well, and then it's like, let's make 7 more of them
Yeah, for real.
and make everyone worse than the one that came before
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's
Hellraiser's a good
just,
example.
You know.
Yeah. Dude, I watched the first Hellraiser and it's like not at all what I thought it was.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like compared to, because I had seen like Hellraiser 3 and Hellraiser in Space and like all these ones that really strongly featured like Pinhead as, and I thought that the whole thing was like Pinhead's the main bad guy, but it's not, dude. The first Hellraiser is so different than what that is a weird movie. It's
is
just
very
like it's like the plot and the characters and like
No sense.
their relationships are so bizarre. You know,
The
like
book is
through a
better,
whole
but
Okay.
still.
I didn't know.
What's that, John?
No, I was going to say. I mean, I went through a period where I was watching the Hellraisers almost back to back, and even then, it was just still like, what the fuck is going on here half the time? You know, because you're in a different realm where it's just comprehension is part of, like, the lack of comprehension is the design. You know,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That first one is it like what are they called? Xenocytes or whatever?
Xenobites.
Cenobites.
Cenobites.
that's right.
They're,
Xenobites,
they're
something else.
like not the thing.
That's like a donut.
You know, like I mean,
Cinnamon.
they're there, but like they're kind of ancillary to what the main story of the first Hellraiser is. You know what I mean? And like, it's just that movie really threw me for a loop. The first Hellraiser did,
Right.
because I had seen sequels prior first. You know, like when I was growing up, I'd seen like.
So I haven't
the
seen any
later
of the
ones.
sequels.
Yeah, and like I thought the whole franchise was about Pinhead and his cohorts, but that first one is not that at all.
Right.
You know. Anyways, okay. Well, good job, Heath. You did it, and I'm very pleased that you're finding some horror that is speaking to you, because I did feel like you were unfairly maligning it for a little while, and so I'm glad that you found something that speaks to you, because there's some really good
I'm just
stuff
like
out there.
I'm just making my way further down the path of being a horror hipster is what it is. I'm
Well,
just
see,
gonna,
horror.
I'm just gonna be a pretentious asshole about mainstream horror, and
Have
that's
you
just
met
how it
horror
is.
fans?
Yeah, that's kind of their whole bit.
Right?
That's like kind of the whole thing.
But it's like being pretentious about bad horror movies that I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I hear you.
I just want to make a quick interjection real quick before we move on.
No.
And that is a recommendations for Heath as far as
I was
like,
actually, you cut me off. I was going to ask if y'all had recommendations. but go for it.
Okay. Well, it all depends. What is the thing? Which the thing did you watch? Because you need to watch the other one as well. Is what I'm saying here.
I watched the good
The
one.
19. Oh, no.
The one
They're
with
both
Kurt
good.
Russell.
Yeah.
both
Okay. Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's great in that one, and I love him. I mean, watch the other one as well. I recommend that. You're just going to get the same thing, but and a little bit different, and it's
Same
great.
thing.
Same thing as in, like, the plot is similar, or, like, the thing in question is the exact same
the
one.
same tropes. The same tropes. As far as being locked in a desolate area.
I'm just being
no means of
pedantic.
help. Yada yada. But also another one that falls in that same vein of like helplessness in a remote area is Harbinger Down, which was created by the creators of the physical effects. Were going to be the ones that were going to do it for The Thing, the more recent version, which was in like the 2010s or whatnot. But they didn't get that, so they decided, okay, well, we're going to make our own movie, and we're going to use our physical effects for that movie, and that's what Harbinger Down is.
Oh,
And
cool.
Yeah, cool movies. Anyway.
Nice. Yeah, my next one, I have a list, and my next one on the list is Bone Tomahawk,
Okay.
which I meant to watch a couple weeks ago, but instead did Haunting of Hill House, which turned into doing Midnight Mass.
I wouldn't call Bone Tomahawk a horror movie, although it has some extremely horrific stuff in it.
Right.
Like, oh man, that I get sick to my stomach just thinking about it. But yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Do I really want to hurt me?
For the bit,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. So we are not doing a horror adventure. We're
All right,
doing
I'm
a
head out.
Western adventure.
Not yet.
Sorry. It
I don't know.
might
I
get
mean,
there.
I literally wrote a nightmare for the last episode, so like I'm trying.
Yeah. I mean, there's some parts in there, but we're also kind of at a stage here in the adventure where we're getting ready for a big band gig. But before we get to that, we're still in the midst of like kind of level ups, and you guys are doing a great job with that, but we didn't squeeze it all in. I'm trying to get away from doing 2-hour episodes. And sometimes when I initially was doing, I was like, well, this all should be in one episode because it's all one idea. But hey, we're trying stuff out here at Under the Table. We could split a level up episode over a couple episodes.
The mid level up Cliffy? What?
Dude, the mid-level up Cliffy.
We
Like
wildin'
at
out.
the edge of Alkenstar Falls right there, man. So there's still stuff to hear from George, and we haven't heard from Smoke at all. And so I want to start with Smoke today.
Oh, okay.
Because John didn't really get to talk much last episode, so I want to remind everybody that he's part of the show.
Hey, y'all.
So John. Hey, it's John.
For his excellent, terrifying Osaze
Yeah, he did good
delivery.
job there.
You know,
Oh, thank you.
So, Osaze.
is
You're
dead.
back. Yeah, you're dead. Off screen, you died. You're back at the Widget Works warehouse, which is the current base of operations for the Powder Keg Punks. You have Shoma there. You were unable to collect money, but you did get an alchemist that you can add to the ranks of the Powder Keg Punks. But, you know, you also spent some time with this other group of people, and I'm curious about what kind of impact that group of people had on Smoke, and where Smoke's head is at now, and what he's up to in this next 24 hours since you guys have split ways.
So I think after another job well done, that Smoke, while he didn't get the money, he, as you mentioned, he did acquire an alchemist for the gang. So he feels like that it's one of those like, okay, for instead of getting some short term gain, we got some long term gain. You know what I mean? So he's feeling pretty pleased about himself about that. And he's just kind of taking a moment to just, you know, after job well done, kind of just like kind of just relaxing a bit. You know, it seems like he's really following the energy of what's going on around him. Like for the crew that he just, you know, took part in collecting Shoma. He felt like there was a good group that they and it's almost a shame that they weren't more criminal than you know that you know that they wouldn't like to also join the PKP, you know, because he thinks that they would probably do pretty well, you know, and it's just in his own mind, you know, just indulging his thoughts, if you will, you know. But like for the moment, to say what he'd be doing in the next 24 hours, I would say, like, I mean, your general PKP skullduggery or no good activities, you know. I mean, so like that would include things like, you know, smoking cigarettes and throwing bang snaps, and
Just
you know,
like chain smoking for 24 solid hours.
tripping old ladies, you know, stuff like that. You know, the old
Jesus.
Tripping old ladies.
yeah, just incorrigible in general, you know.
Okay.
No, not really. I think he has, through his experiences, has kind of culminated in what would I would describe as being part of the nature of his profession, being a leg breaker. He understands the intent of misleading his targets, of trying to press dominance in the heat of combat, and he wants to maintain that imbalance in his favor. And for him, I think this would kind of be expressed as through his pursuit towards this objective, towards brutalizing his opponents, would be to try to make his targets prone, you know, to make it easier, you know, to brutalize his opponents, you know. And so I think for him, during this downtime, I think he has gained further insight into understanding how that can be done, and how somebody's stance is all that stands between him and getting his opponent on the ground, is finding that imbalance in their stance. So for him, he is going with trip attack. Okay, specifically his class feat, the harder they fall. Okay, which is basically a bonus damage to trip attack. Okay, and for his free archetype, which, just as a reminder, he took the Mauler archetype for a ruffian rogue, and that he took Slam Down, which is a 2-action trip that leads that is an attack and makes them prone.
Yeah, to tighten that up, for 2 actions, if you attack and hit and deal damage, you get to try to trip him as part of that.
Right, yeah. And for a skill feat, took Assurance, just because that's one of the things that, eventually I'm going to need to go ahead and take. So I went ahead and went with the Assurance skill Medicine. While I'm not the healer by any means in or out of combat, because those are dedicated towards our Alchemist and our Bard, he still has some level, some skill involved. So that's what he's taken for his level up. But as far as interim 24 hours... He's just kind of enjoying his time off, so to speak, because he's not one that's consumed by revenge, as opposed to the others that were part of that he stood in with the crew, that he filled in for that crew. So I imagine he would probably be talking with his compatriots, his fellow gang members, as well as Mr. Glass.
So, I'll say, while you're kind of working out some of your trip technique and everything, we'll say kind of late into the next day, you see a powder keg punk courier kind of run into the Widget Works warehouse. Kind of just look over your shoulder and you see they kind of out of breath, like they've been running, and they run up right to Glass, and you can kind of see, but you can't really make out what they're saying. And he's talking to Glass, he's like telling Glass something, and as he's delivering whatever his message, Glass looks over to you. He says, Smoke, come on over here. Come here.
Yeah, so that piques his interest, and he's going to go ahead and approach.
So, listen. Just got some news from Ted right here. And, old Teddy, said somebody came looking for you over at the Hippogriff. Is that the name of the bar?
Hippodrome.
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 The Hotfoot Hippodrome.
That's
I love
it.
you,
The
Adam.
Hippogriff, whatever,
The Hufflepuff.
The Hufflepuff, yeah.
Yeah. More of a Slytherin kind of guy myself,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah, listen, so...
Whatever.
They came over to the Hotfoot, and
Hippodrome.
Yeah, that's the one. And they was asking about you. It's a couple rough and tumble hobgoblin types. I don't know what the deal is, but I just thought you might want to know that you got some people looking for you. Should we be worried? Is this going to be a problem for the powder keg punks or what?
So he kind of is absorbing this story as it's being told to him, and he's kind of acting in the back of his head rather than responding immediately. And because for him this he's going to
I just want to remind our listeners that Glass is a very interesting looking person, and it's been a while since we visited Glass. I just really...
Been a while.
There it is. Take your arthritis medicine.
Thank you.
I already took my allopurinol.
Done it, son.
Yeah, just a reminder, Glass is a monkey goblin, so it's like basically a furry goblin.
Yeah.
And he's got this brass plated kind of piecemeal armor. He's wearing a bandana and he's got very colorful mohawk.
looks like plumes. Yeah.
Yeah. He almost looks like a gremlin.
And a shoulder gun.
He does. Yeah.
I just wanted to remind you guys and the listeners.
I love that
Who would deal with
he
him?
What a
has
sweet little
armor.
duder.
I love that brass piecemeal armor is also on his tail, but just the middle chunk of it.
Yeah. Anyways, so you get this information.
Okay.
Nice.
A very funky
Yeah.
monkey. And probably a junkie, to be fair.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, so he takes a minute to respond to this information now, and you can almost see like he's recalling something, and he's thinking about it, and his face kind of falters. He doesn't want to perpetuate the stigma that are already present on hobgoblins, and so he kind of looks at him and kind of lets lets Glaz know it's probably nothing, but Glaz, could you keep a tail on him?
Ted, did you see where they went?
No, boss. Didn't see where they went. Just told them that we didn't know anybody named Smoke. That's the right thing to do, right? Smoke, right?
Yeah, you did a good
we're
job.
We're buddies, right? Like you know that like I got you back, right? Smoke.
Yeah. Next round is on me.
Remember my name? I'm Ted.
That's right, Teddy. That's right. I could never forget about you.
Like so maybe we could get that maybe you want to hang out sometime or something, Smoke. I mean,
Tell you what, my schedule's all full up this week, but
No, it's
I'll
cool,
reach
man.
out to you.
Like,
I'll reach out to you on that. Okay?
Right. It's all good. Listen, I got you, Smoke. I got you.
Oh, no.
So I told him I don't know no Smoke. Said I knew. I said I knew a Steve. I didn't know no Smoke.
Adam looked so goddamn pleased with himself. He said, I don't know no Smoke, and then didn't say shit.
Like, fucking nailed it, bro.
Smoke. I
Oh,
love
no,
Smoke.
Smoke. Hey,
God,
Smoke,
my
but hey,
sense.
Smoke, you want to smoke with me?
So he does ask him a couple of questions. So
What is it? What is it, Smoke?
so Ted,
Yeah.
you only saw them over at the hippodrome. You didn't. Are they sticking? Are they just sticking around in the same spots, or?
I mean, when I told them I didn't know you, they left. But they could be coming back. You want me to go there and tell them over and over that you're not there? That I don't know Smoke? No? All right, that's cool. But we can't go there for the drink then. Probably not a good idea to hang out there. We could go to the, anywhere. Where you like?
Hey,
What do you like?
Don't worry, I'll bring a case back here when everything. Whenever I'm less busy,
cool.
okay?
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. Like, I could show you some of my moves. You could show me some of your moves.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. And as he's talking to him, he's not actually looking at him in the eye. He's just kind of almost like preoccupied as he's talking to him. Just kind of not really engaged in discussion with him.
Yeah, sure. I'd rather be anywhere else but here.
Exactly.
It's like,
Shut up, Ted. Look, Smoke, for real. Is this a problem?
Look, I can't tell you right away whether this is going to be a problem or not, but all I can tell you is that I mean, until I got more information, let's just have a tail on him. You know what I mean?
All right. Ted, you're on tail duty.
but we were just gonna hang out.
Shut up, Ted. Go.
Hey, I gotta go do this, but we still on, right? When I get back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whenever
I never
this,
forget anything. I never forget a face. Don't even worry about it.
Forget a face. What?
Yeah, no. You're good. You're good. Look, just go do this for me, and I promise you, we'll get some hang time in, Fred. All right?
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Me and you,
call him
Oz.
Fred.
It's me and you.
Fred.
Why are you calling him Oz?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh shit! I didn't hear you were calling me Oz.
Adam's
I'm watching too
three
much
times
Penguin.
tonight
Yeah, it has
Damn.
been.
referring to you as Osaze. It's funny.
Who the fuck is this? No.
I mean, Smoke. I never forget a name. Yeah, Smoke. Look, we good. You're my bro, man. Like it's me and you out here, dude.
That's right.
Yeah,
they
man.
can't
They
keep
don't
us
understand.
down. Exactly.
No, we can fucking tear them up. I got
That's right.
you.
PKP
And
represent. Yeah.
You want me to
all
do anything to them hobgoblins?
No. Just keep it low key.
Keep it totally chill,
Yeah,
bro.
That's right. Don't
right.
bring any attention to yourself or anything like that. Just if you see anything, let me know.
All right.
Keep it simple.
Peace.
Yeah, Ted's like, go
okay.
Pats.
Yeah, okay.
I'm more of a Jets guy myself, but whatever, you know.
Oh, no.
All right. Okay, so yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
To the
man.
benefit of all.
So I feel like he at the end of that he would kind of walk away because it's like, all right, fuck you, Ted. I
Why
don't
would you
care
walk
about
away from Ted? He's the coolest.
I mean, well, there's only so much,
Right.
So as he's walking away, though, his face is hidden. Okay, and there's this briefest betrayal of emotion that if you were able to see his face, that you would see that it is a face of concern. Okay. Where normally his face would be something that's between the spectrum of violent and disinterest. So for him to have this level of concern, he wants to make sure, but he also doesn't want to cause unnecessary problems for a set of hobgoblins either. But keep a tail on him and find out if there's any further information on it. But he doesn't want to expend resources on what is currently a personal problem, if there is a problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
Okay. So what else you do?
He's gonna say, "Hey, Glass, I gotta go do a thing. That cool?"
Right, yeah, I mean, you do you, Smoke.
All right. And I think
While you're leaving, can you take, like, the carcass of old Bitey over there out of here? It's really starting to stink.
yeah, sure, why not?
We cut him up into pieces for you,
Cool. And I guess on the way, he's going to go ahead and just throw it into the Estrada River. The whole bag.
Jumps up a giant steak.
just chuck that shit, wind up, and just chuck it as far as he can in the Estrada River.
This is like the Thames in the Industrial Revolution. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where you head?
So he's going to wander for a second, but then realizes the vulnerability of wandering around by himself, And so he's like, well, I don't know. And he just almost instinctively, reflexively, not even thinking about it, he just almost finds himself back towards this familiar area of Smokeside where what the hell is that place called? The Bullet and Barrel, or Barrel and Bullet?
Mm-hmm. No one knows for sure.
Yeah. It's
They change the sign every night.
Yes, it's one or the other. Either way, you're right, and either way, you're wrong.
Right. So yeah, almost reflexively, without thought, he just kind of winds up at the Bullet and Barrel.
So as you're walking up, there are two cloaked figures kind of talking to you, not seeing you, bump into you. And it's these pale figures, and they're like, "Watch out! This is not nice. Everybody is so mean around here." And they scurry off. And you walk in, and you see Jules sitting at the bar, just fuming.
I imagine he would go ahead and stop by the bar.
For no reason.
No reason.
No
it's
particular reason.
No. He would just head over to the bar and say, "What's wrong, Matchstick?"
Oh, we got that name.
Oh, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Okay, so Emily actually just was like, That's fine. That's fine. No, but she would. I'm assuming this is from the previous vampire.
Yeah, it's like it's the two people that you just
From the
intimidated
two
out.
oldest living vampires. Yes.
And like for a second, she just kind of like, because she's still not super familiar with your voice and everything, and she like turns it on you and it just like staring you down, and then realizes that you are Smoke. And she says, "Oh, hey, just locals. Well, not locals, out of towners. Fuck.
You could always just beat him up. You know?
I'm trying to keep a low profile. Yeah, Smoke. Like it goes against my every nature, but still, I don't know. We're trying to do all of this shit." And she like waves down for another drink.
I could go beat him up.
She looks a little bit like, motherfucker, I can handle my own business, but also like, tee thanks.
You wants me to beat him up? I beats him up. You know?
And she kind of like gestures for 2 drinks. So it's like, you got a particular poison, or you just down the drink, whatever.
Nah, anything spicy's good.
And she got a little smirk. Okay. 2 fire whiskeys.
Oh shit! Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Roll
Let's
on
do
the
it.
fire whiskeys.
All right.
Where do I find this? I don't know, dude.
I know.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
All right, here we go.
I hate it. I love it.
Since I've seen the way the candle lights your face. Jules.
So the bartender slides 2 flaming whiskeys down the bar. I'm gonna say you guys are cool enough to catch them real slick like.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But I need you guys to roll each a d6.
All right.
Excuse me, I meant to say the whiskey lights your face.
There you go.
one.
There you go.
6 for Jules.
Okay, what about you,
Yawn.
Not Oz?
Not Oz. Yawn.
Yawn?
4.
Oh man, this is great. Okay, so you take the whiskey, Jules, and I mean like fire's your jam,
It's my jam.
and you regain 1d6 hit points, and since you're at full, you are going to take those as temporary hit points for the next 8 hours. Those are going to be gone by the time
It's
that
fine.
matters. But what
I
I'll
know.
say is that it brightens your mood in a big way.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden you just, whatever, all this, like, just kind of, like, releases
Burns away.
a little bit. However, yeah, there you go. However, Smoke, you take it, and it burns your tongue, giving you a -1 penalty to linguistic-based checks for a minute.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
So your Riz has been damaged a bit.
News.
You've heard of the Rizzler. This is the D-Rizzler.
Oh, but
You good? You got a little dribble right there.
yeah. As he says it, like a little bit of like extra, like alcohol kind of like comes out of the mouth at the same time.
Throws
Like
up a
lights-
little.
Oh,
Yeah.
It lights the gunpowder that's on your lips.
oh no.
Oh no.
And so, but you know, he tries to the best he can, just like try to salvage the situation. Really, just kind of wipes his mouth. Just don't worry about it. No, don't worry about that. Are you okay?
She just kind of looks around. She's like, I'm good, man. I'm always good. Listen, while I got you here, like, I know you were kind of tossed into this, kind of like we were. But thanks for having our back. I mean, you were just sitting on a job. You could have fucked us over 3 different ways from Sunday, or whatever the Sunday equivalent in this game is. But you didn't.
You call it Sunday? I call it Sunday too. Wow.
well, look at
We're
us.
just a pair, aren't we?
Who would have thought? Not me.
Heath over here just like just shaking that head. Shameful.
Like, what do you? I mean, you're new in all this. What are you feeling? How you feel about all of this?
I kind of take my entertainment as it comes. Whenever I'm not working the, bust skulls, I'm a people person. So, coming here and meeting you fine folk, just, this is the highlight of my day right here. And he kind of just like raises up his little shot that he only halfway took,
Well, that's the problem. You just got the whole,
Right. Because he was like,
Spit a little back in there.
yeah. And so, like, awkwardly, part of the de-rizzler, like, realizes that you don't have, like, you can't take a shot that you already took, So he just kind of, like, halfway raises and just kind of awkwardly, shoots the rest, Like, oh, well, we can't clink because you already drank yours, But, yeah. But, on a serious note, though, I never did extend my condolences on the loss of your brother in arms, Osaze, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a shame to see, see a battle brother fall in battle, especially the younger ones. It's a shame.
It's more than a shame, but it's done. All we can do now is add odds to the list of reasons why we're taking down Loveless. And what's his name?
I tried so hard not to chuckle at that. And the other one.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I had to.
We'll get to Mugless one day.
Mugless.
Damn monster.
Yeah. Wait, there's two? I thought it was just Mugless.
Yeah, that's a financial tycoon. Fucking
Mugless Loveland.
shield marshal. Yeah.
I'm sorry, we all talking about the same fucking person, right?
Yeah, he ain't got no mug. That's the whole thing.
Completely mugless.
It's nuts. No, but she yeah, she kind of nods along and she's like, yeah, it's yeah, we can't let that happen again. We gotta watch each other's backs. Gotta be a lot more tactful, a lot more prepared.
Well, I feel very safe with you watching my back, so I'll make sure to watch yours. And with
Shades
that,
of Ted there, bro.
huh?
Shades of Ted there, bro.
Listen, when the line works, okay.
Right. I'm sorry that Ted failed his delivery on
Yeah.
that.
Right, fair.
Shades of Ted sounds like a 2006 pop punk band.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not timeless, did not
Nope.
go past its own, genre, did not.
Quarter hit
didn't
wonder,
make
Yeah, it was a one-hit wonder for sure.
So you guys are,
Osaze's mom.
so you guys are carrying on, right? Like you guys are kind of having some drinks, right?
Carrying on, get another glass, stuff like that.
All right, so we got to check in with George now because he's the only one that we haven't really got full level up content from. What you got, Heath?
I'm kind of just winging it if I'm being honest, but I like this idea that it's like kind of evening. They're having some drinks, and George has kind of been in a weird state, like in his own head all day. Had a conversation, weird interaction with Jules earlier, and he's kind of kept to himself all day. You don't know what he's been doing, but as Jules and Smoke are at the bar and they're kind of catching up. After a little while, you see George slowly kind of walk down the stairs, and he's like in his head, it's like it doesn't look like he even notices the bar around him. And he gets down the stairs, almost surprised that he reached the bottom of them, and then like looks around, kind of snaps out of it. And then you see a determination kind of take over him, and he confidently, like quickly, like walks to the bar and like raps on the bar and orders like 2 shots and just downs them. And he's
Ooh,
like,
I need you to roll.
I'm not taking the fire shots.
No, it's cool. There's other stuff here. Like all.
I just want regular ass whiskey.
There is no such thing here at the Bullet
That's
and Barrel.
horse shit, dude.
Hey.
That's horse shit.
Sorry, you gotta roll a die if you want to drink
I'm just
whiskey.
reading it here from the book, man.
Listen.
I don't know what
Yeah.
to tell you, dude.
It makes
Well,
sense.
then the book is stupid as fuck, dude. Like,
They're
Look,
just
it says-
regular whiskey would exist in every bar in this world.
Not
bars.
here,
Made from
not
the
Yeah.
water.
Here, dude.
Strawberry River.
You're
Right.
too close. You're too close to
I'll
the
never make
Manoways.
any flavor decisions ever again. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
now
Dude,
you're
dude,
learning.
why- now you're being pissy because this is different. This is just for funsies. Roll me a d20.
Funsies.
I don't know that. It sounds like you're going to penalize me for RP.
Probably.
A 4.
No effect. You're good to go.
Okay, good deal. Because the whole purpose was that he's kind of snapped out of it, and something has taken over him. He's determined in some way, so he just like quickly kind of snaps a couple of shots back, and just immediately kind of turns heel and walks to go find Amir. And I don't know, where would Amir be at this moment, kind of in the evening?
Can I suggest that Amir kind of walks into the bar at the same time? I'd like to get all of you in one spot if we could.
Yeah. I mean, if it's, I feel like that's what Amir would be doing anyways. He's in a bar with a lab. So it's like, time to take a break. He'd go get
Yeah.
a beer, or shot. and
Roll
food.
fucking d20, dude.
All right.
You just cannot drink alcohol without rolling dice.
I'll
Here,
close
let me
my
just-
eyes.
Let me just read you this, all right, just so you know.
I
Random
believe you.
magical side effects tend to lurk in all of the drinks at the Barrel and Bullet, but these manifest less often, more subtly than those in flaming whiskey. So would you roll, Amir?
Lucky number 7.
All right, you're good. Nothing. Nothing.
So it must be 10 or below is nothing. Okay.
George.
Yeah, I mean, and like, I guess, being that he walked down, like, I don't know, conveniently walked up next to George as he had walked up, took a couple shots, and Amir kind of sidles up next to him. And George, like, slams a shot glass down and turns to Amir and is like, "You want to go shopping?"
I thought you would never ask.
That was
I've
Heath
got my
laughing,
shopping
not
shoes on.
George. And I mean, I was just assuming it's not like 11:30 at night. Like some
No, I
shops are
was thinking
still
it's
open.
like dinner time. Yeah, you
Right.
can do some shopping.
So, fortunately, Amir agrees to go shopping with George, and he just like kind of storms off. He's like, "Come on!" And you, I guess we would probably put on disguises.
Yeah,
if I'm being
exactly.
honest.
Do you see Jules and Smoke talking at the other side of the bar?
I mean, yeah, but he just doesn't care right now.
It's just like not about it. All right, cool.
Yeah, like we're not
Yeah.
not like I don't want to keep like perpetuating this like he hates it thing. Like he's so worried about other things that he's
Right,
like
that's
not.
what I mean. Like it's just apathetic. To
he's
it
just
right
like,
now.
hey, let them find some joy and take a chill night, But like, I got my own shit to deal with. What's
Right.
up, John?
I do have to say that it does feel like a weird scene right there, as far as you just coming down there, demanding some shots, and then just stomping off for a second. It's just
Yeah,
like
I love that you might think that it has something to do with you,
Right.
But it really doesn't, because he's just in his head about so much other shit.
everything all right with him. Yeah, as he smirks a little bit. But yeah. That's all I wanted to inject with.
Yeah, so I mean, George kind of starts walking down the street toward whatever the marketplace, where they would sell mainly magical items, would be. And as he's on the way, the first few minutes, George is just determined and doesn't say anything, and he burns off a little bit of steam and kind of slows back to a normal walking pace and turns and for the first time kind of looks at Amir and it's just like, "Hey man, how are you?" You doing all right?
I think I'll be all right. I've gone through things like this before. Not, of course, exactly like this, but so I'm seasoned to suffering, if you want to look at it that way. But I'm just eager to get things moving, to do something. And that's why I instantly agreed to come with you. I need to pick up a few things as well, but
yeah. And he's like contemplative for just a minute, and it's like, yeah, I'm eager to do some stuff too. I need to get some new gear. I don't know, man. I've been looking at things all wrong. I've been going about things all wrong. And
what do you mean?
I don't. And you see, it's like hard for him. He's almost in a manic state, you know, like he's just like mind is racing. He's thinking about a million things. It was a moment of clarity, him even like stopping long enough to talk to you, you know, and he's like, I don't know, man. Like I've been having some weird dreams and I don't know. I just feel like I used to be really confident about what I did and what my role in all this was, and like I don't think I was right. I think I thought I was right, but I wasn't. And I think, and he like pauses for a long time, and he's like, I think some of this is my fault, and I don't want anybody else to get hurt or get killed because I'm not thinking the right way.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. That's an admirable goal, and we all have some responsibility for what went down. So,
no, I mean, yeah, maybe we all do, but like, man, I feel like this is it. And he's like, you can tell it's hard for him to even get this out, you know. And he's like, I feel like a lot of it is just my fault, you know. Like we wouldn't have gone to the powder keg punks and tried to hash it out with them and talk with them if it wasn't for me having a connection with them, right? Like,
you can't think like that. It's cause and effect. One thing leads to another. I mean, just think of all the little tiny events that led us to that situation. Like, I was there with you. I do not blame you for anything that happened. Like, you were the one that kept things together. I am not very good with words. I'm more of a man of action. I'm good at small talk, shooting the shit, but when it comes down to it, it's you have that gift, and I envy that. As far as how you're feeling right now, I think that's natural. I really do. And you just have to get through it. You did have some responsibility. Take responsibility for your actions, and I will do the same. If you weren't with us, we would all be dead. Multiple times over. So, I've only known you for a couple weeks now, and you are our little double agent, and I've seen you wrestle with a lot of things. The same as us all, really. And just know that I'm here. I'm here. Your sister's here. Hey, if things just go bad, let's just fuck it. Let's leave Alkenstar. Let's start again. You know?
No. And
no?
he like forcefully is like, no. And like he stops in the street and turns to you and it's like, I've kept that idea in the back of my head forever. And I think that's part of the problem. I don't need to leave. I need to fix this. Now, the double agent thing, I think that's part of the problem. I don't... Osaze got killed because of me working and trying to be the law, right? Harlan, my friend, I know y'all don't know him, but I got Harlan killed because I rose too high, too quick. I tried to pull a fast one on Muglin. I rose above my station. I don't want to be a double agent no more.
Which side are you falling?
I don't want to be part of the law no more. I don't care about law. It's justice. And that's two different things.
I agree, my friend. No more half measures.
Yeah.
Something has changed.
And he claps you on the shoulder and is like, let's go get some shit. And and the reason I wanted to go shopping is that I think this like kind of tonal shift in George and kind of shifting away from, you know, his identity's been really tied up in being undercover, being this sort of double agent, as you said, right? And I think George dealing with the weirdness of especially the dream that he had, and some other things, he's reevaluating everything that he does. And like mechanically, the way that I kind of want to represent that is going away from like martial stuff almost altogether and like leaning into being a caster and a bard. And so he wants to go and buy normally it would be a staff, but there are things called codas for bards that are instruments that work like staves that give you some extra spells. And so they go to a purveyor of magical goods, and he looks around for a little while and he buys pipes of compulsion. And that's a set of panpipes. Right, and he's and he's looking them over, and he's looking at the mirror, and he's like, "Dude, there's some phenomenal spells on here that are gonna be so good if we get into the shit again. But also, we got the show coming up from McTerrible Pants' Stupid Party, and like, I know you guys all see me playing the violin and stuff. I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I can play these panpipes.
Hell
I can
yeah.
I can cast fear with these panpipes."
That's gonna come in handy. I like to hear that.
Not until you pay for it. You can't.
Yeah, and he slaps down a satchel with 90 gold in it.
I think you'll make a fine flautist. young lad. Oh, yes, this is right.
Then they take the coin and bite it.
This seems like real gold to me. Yes, okay.
Broke my tooth and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any teeth to break.
Gotcha.
You fool.
Yeah. And so Amir, like, he pays for it and grins, and then he turns to Amir and just like very quickly plays like a run at you know, and it's like, it just shows you like, I got this shit.
Yeah, you want
like, I can play the fucking panpipes, you know. And he says, "All right, Amir, I appreciate you walking with me. I know I've been kind of focused on my own shit, but would you mind? I know you're not necessarily magically inclined, but you have a very technical and very analytical mind, and I need to practice some shit." And so I just imagine they go back to the Barrel and Bullet, maybe to like a lower, you know, basement area or something. And he's just
before you go in, I want to say when you get back to the Barrel and Bullet, you see a couple hobgoblins talking to the bouncer at the Barrel and Bullet. And they have like a little piece of parchment in their hand. And, you know, you can see, they're like holding it up to the bouncer, and you can see the image of smoke drawn on there. And, you know, as you walk up, "Have you seen this hobgoblin? We're looking for him." And like you have just a few moments before the bouncer might respond. Is there anything you might want to do?
I'm gonna say, go fuck yourself.
Well, they're not asking you.
Oh, okay.
They're asking the bouncer. But you walk up on it as they're like unrolling it, and you see Smoke's image. You see that they're looking for Smoke, you know, and you know that Smoke is in the bar.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would kind of want to let Smoke know, like
Right,
kind of
but-
beat past him.
So you're gonna try to like rush in past them, like slip around the back of them.
Yeah, not rush him, but like kind of try to be as subtle and smooth as possible, because we belong here, and like quickly get to Smoke and let him know people are looking for him.
Sure.
Or he can lie to them and tell them like you saw him like somewhere else, and they like run off or something.
Yeah, you have options.
You'd be the one
I
to
just
do
wanted
that.
I think George, recognizing this could be something nasty, you know, this could be something bad and cause problems at the Bullet and Barrel, which is really kind of our home base. Having the gift of gab as he does, I think he kind of sidles up next to the bouncer and says, hey, gentlemen, how can we help you? Let me see that.
Yes. This hobgoblin right here on this parchment. Have you seen him?
You know what? Actually, I have.
Where?
I just came back from the market at the magical supply depot, or whatever the shop would be called. And there's a blacksmith near there, and I believe I saw him there.
Okay, let's roll a check or something.
Can I aid?
Yeah, sure. What
Just
you
be
gonna
like,
say?
Yeah, he was kind of unmistakable. He kind of stood out.
Yeah, he's got
imagine
all them burns and stuff on him.
Yeah, I imagine there's not too many hobgoblins around here. We thought it'd be easier to find him, but it's been really difficult, and it's annoying. You got it, bro.
Brother.
You're gonna snap him like a slim jim.
The one that seems to be the leader, instead of just rolling deception, could I attempt to charm him?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I would like to do that, especially
So
as
you're gonna play your 1 moment. Let me play you a tune.
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, I don't know how you smoothly work that in. He's like, I saw him walking down the street. And then he turned into the bodega. You know, like, I don't know a logical way that works, but I'm going to attempt to charm him.
Okay. So what, I have to roll a save of some sort, right?
Will.
A will save. Okay. Let me roll dice here. Okay, well, that is a 15.
That's a fail.
Nice.
Is it a regular fail?
It is not a critical fail. It's a regular fail.
Okay. All right. Yep. All right.
And so, with a regular failure, the target's attitude becomes friendly towards you. If it was already friendly, it becomes helpful, and it can't use hostile actions against you.
He goes, I'm sorry for yelling in your face. That's a very soothing tune. I like it a lot. So, you said that you saw this hobgoblin on this piece of paper.
Yep.
At a blacksmith next to a magical items shop. Is that correct, new friend?
Yep, that's absolutely correct. When we just came for that, didn't we, Amir?
Totally.
Okay. I would like you guys to roll deception checks.
Totally.
But,
Totally.
Dustin first, to see if you aid. Take
Okay.
a +2, Dustin. And then you will take a +2 as well, plus any particular aid.
Nope, I did not aid. That's a 4 total.
Okay, so no aid from Amir. Jules, you can... Or not Jules.
I'm not
that's a-
here.
22.
22. Okay, ekes it by with a 21 DC there.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
Says, I will go to said blacksmith shop. He better be there, friend.
I mean, if he's not, then he left before you got there, because he was there just a minute ago.
I did not think about that.
Yeah.
We should hurry now.
Yeah.
Let us go.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah.
And so him and the other hobgoblin, they like take off in a sprint from the direction that you went. And they drop the parchment in their haste.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to snatch that up.
Okay.
done.
All right.
Yeah, and so, I mean, the first order of business becomes like, okay, now they're gone. Let's come in and approach. Are they still at the bar?
Oh, well, it's been, probably been about an hour or so.
Oh, so they're trashed by now.
They've probably been drinking.
Just giggling.
trash. Yeah. Probably drifted a little closer to each other just to piss you off, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he's not worried about that. He's worried about you, motherfucker. So George approaches, Amir in tow, and says, "Hey," and kind of nudges you while y'all are gabbing away. It's like, "Hey, Smoke.
What?
I just had to cover your tracks a little bit. Look at this." And he shows the parchment to you that they're looking for someone with your picture and description.
Does it actually look like smoke?
Yeah,
how
it's
well?
actually
Yeah.
it's actually a very well drawn, like, because you were able to recognize it from a distance. It was very clearly smoke.
Fuck. How many were there?
Just two, but they were talking to the bouncer outside. They were about to come in.
I wasn't expecting this. Not this soon. Hey, look. Don't even worry about it. This is none of your business. I gotta go take care of a thing, though. And by thing, it probably is looking to go try to take those two out. Just as far as showing some sort of intent.
Well, George says, "Well, first of all, Smoke, and with all due respect, I am going to worry about it because this is happening at the front door of the Bullet and Barrel and Bullet. God damn it, I always forget.
It's the B&B.
Yeah, it's the Bullet and Barrel. But this is, I mean, I know you don't care that much, but like, this is our home base and all of us are on the fucking land, dude. Like, we're all on the run. If you got people coming here looking for you and stirring up trouble, that could be very bad for us."
I'm sorry that this has come down to being an issue for the rest of you. I didn't intend on this at all. What I can tell you, though, is we need to get out of here. I mean, this is not going to be an easy solution. Let me just tell you that right now. We need to leave. Okay? We don't want to. If you don't want to bring any heat on the rest of this bar, then we need to find another location.
George like turns to you, like puts a hand on your shoulder, which is not something he would normally do. You're a scary dude, but he puts a hand on your shoulder and like looks very intently at you and says, "Smoke, do you need some help?"
Look, if we plan to take this problem head on, then I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
"You got it." And he turns and looks at Jules like, "Do we got it? You know, like, are you cool with this?"
Listen, we're already up to our necks in it. What's a few more inches, you know? Also, you're here. You're with us. You're one of us. At least for the time being, right?
I think, but we do need to lay low. This is not going to be something that we can handle easily.
How about you elucidate the whole situation.
Yeah, what exactly
we're
are we
getting ready.
going up here? Going up against here?
At that time, Phoebe walks up to the three of you and says, "Listen, y'all, could you join me in the back? I got something I need to talk to y'all about in private." And she kind of looks over your shoulder, kind of like at Smoke. You know, like I need the three of y'all to come join us. Join me, I mean.
Yeah, let's go.
Just
Well,
hang
without
out.
Smoke?
Just give us a second, Smoke. Just, pop your collar, maybe like hang out, or go upstairs or something, Well, just keep low. Let's get our heads about us before we start making any rash decisions and running off into the night.
George just palms him a key and is like, "Go to my room."
Yeah. So he's gonna take that and he's gonna go ahead and I guess bounce out, up there.
As you guys are walking towards the back room, Phoebe is like, "Who the hell was that? I saw you all in here with him the other day. Is he a friend of yours? I mean..."
Workplace associate.
I was just about to say that.
All right. Well, I mean, he seems to be a tough sort, I mean, it might be helpful for you considering that, you've kind of lost. She looks at a mirror and kind of stops herself a little bit, but
It's fine.
since you lost Oz, is he trustworthy?
I mean, we're still sorting that out a little bit. We're getting to know him, but I mean, he hasn't screwed us over so far. And to be honest, it's a low bar, but that's what it is.
I mean, when you're right, you're right,
By Alkenstar standards, I would say yes, he's trustworthy.
Well, I got some information about this party, and if he's going to be joining you, maybe he should be part of this.
Oh, well, I mean, okay. We just didn't want to be rude and bring that.
No, I understand. I needed to check.
Smoke! Very, very
Maybe
demure.
don't yell his name
Very-
out.
Oaksmay!
Hoaxway.
Amir, why don't you run and get him real quick?
All right. Smoke!
Stop doing that!
Oh yeah.
I'll go get him.
Yeah.
Hey, Smoke. Would you mind joining us for just a second?
But I was just told to come up here, so.
He's like at the door with the key in it,
I wish you guys would make up your mind.
Yeah, well,
Well-
we do too.
I didn't even know this was happening, but Phoebe wants to talk to you, and maybe we have an opportunity for you.
Amir, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll come down with you.
So when you guys come back down there, you see, Jules and George, you're sitting at the back room at the table, and just as Phoebe was about to go in, she gets pulled aside by the bartender. And so she's talking to the bartender, and then Amir and Smoke come down, and Phoebe says, "All right, I understand that we have ourselves a bit of a pickle here. Smoke, my name is Phoebe Dunsmith. I have been somewhat financing this crew of people here, and they have vouched for you, and I hope that you do not disappoint them. I'm not going to give you much more about who I am, and I'd ask the three of you to keep some of the particulars amongst yourself. But I see that you are a wanted person, although not by the police, not by the shield marshals, as it were. So, if you're wanted by other criminals, well, maybe we got a spot for you on this little crackshot team we got. I can help you. I'd ask that you not bring danger to my bar. I also don't care why anybody's searching for you. That's your business." And she kind of like looks across Smoke at the three of you, like, everybody's got their shit,
Yep. Nods. Yep.
That's your business, but you're gonna have to go undercover if you're gonna be hanging out here. They gotta. I mean, look at this picture they got of you. It's a spitting image. Now, fortunately, I got a hat of disguise here that I can offer you at the low price.
Oh my God! There it is. There it is.
Of 100 credits.
Of 100 gold pieces. No, she's like, I do have a hat of disguise that you can take on loan. I'll need it back, but for the time being, you can use it. And the reason why I'm inviting you in here is because I've taken a liking to these three, and they need some help. And I've found that the best help comes from somebody who also needs help. Right?
And in a kind of almost a very strange response from somebody who's an enforcer, he tries to be a little bit more cordial and more business, more diplomatic in this. So for him, he responds, "Well, Mrs. Dunsmith, first off, I very much appreciate you allowing me to stay here and to confide in me despite the circumstances here. So I extend my appreciation on that front. I certainly don't want to bring any heat to your establishment. So I appreciate any kind of assistance that you are able to provide." And
Yeah, I've told Earshot, that's the catfolk bouncer. They're gonna cover for you. They're gonna say that you've never been here. All right.
well,
And if they come back, they'll say that they ain't seen you.
well, that's great. I didn't want to have a word with him, but it seems you already taken care of that for me. So much appreciated.
She looks at you a little off, like, all right.
Words of my staff.
George is looking very uncomfortable. He's like, we might have a problem. I lied to him and told him that you were at a blacksmith shop in the market, and I had just seen you there. And he kind of hangs his head and then looks back up and is like, man, I used the charm spell to do it.
Well, it sounds like to me that once they find out and once they wise up to this fact, that they will be looking for you too. So, if I have to wear a
let's
disguise,
not be too hasty here. I don't think that we have too much a problem with that as far as George's interaction. I would advise you to be careful using such spells, because if you fail to execute it, especially in this crazy magic vibe that we got here in Alkenstar, they'll know that you tried to do it. So it's lucky that you succeeded, But I think we're fine there, and I actually think that this works out good. You sent him off the path. You didn't say that he's been here. I think our story is good. The only problem we have is your physical appearance, Smoke.
I don't think anything.
You're just too
wrong
ugly.
with this. Don't be rude.
No, look, don't miss. Hey.
That's what she said, not me.
All right, look, I don't care one way or other. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying, you're in this now with us, and we are in the business of being undercover and disguised, and we can help you with that. The help that we need from you is these three have to go play a show at McTerriblepants' party. Now, I would have considered this a couple days ago an unnecessary and kind of foolish diversion. However, and she looks at you, Amir, I have got word that Mugland will be at that party. There are a lot of people that go to McTerriblepants' shindigs.
Like,
business
surely
deals.
that can't be his real name.
No, he comes from a long line of McTerrible Pants.
Generations.
Seems like such a contrived moniker.
It is. It's. I mean, it's a really unfortunate name, but it does describe him perfectly.
It's Ustalavian.
Well, not really. He wears like really finely tailored pants. The pants themselves are great.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Anyway, I would advise that you guys use this as an opportunity to gain some recon. It's likely that Muglin is there to make some sort of deal. That's what he does. And, maybe we can get closer to him. Amir, what do you think?
I'm there.
Smoke?
Yeah, I'm not keen on the idea of, already having to get disguised, but a band? Really?
Don't worry, I can help with that. A little sparkle, a little flash. You'll be right, Miss Rain.
Can you keep basic 4/4 rhythm?
I've been known to dabble on the drums a little bit.
Perfect.
Our last drummer died.
Actually, I've worked with like 9 drummers, and every one of them died.
This one goes to 11. No.
Don't even look at it. You can't look at it.
Don't look at it.
Look at this photograph.
No.
You made it bad.
Made it terrible. Jules would kind of lean over a little bit and be like, listen, it's not my favorite idea either. We'll see. It's gonna be fine. But it's just a night. We get in there, we do our business, we get the information, and we get a shot at Muglin.
Technically, it's 2 nights.
Yeah, it's their business. She's like, shut up, I'm trying to talk him into it.
Yeah. So, what were you going to say, Adam?
Phoebe was just going to add in, if you help them out, if you do this for us, I can work some of my people in to kind of create a story that maybe you were in town and that you've skipped town to try to get them out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe send them on to another place. Mm-hmm. We gotta. And as she's saying this, you get the sense that she kind of has an understanding more than she's letting on. And she's basically trying to say if you do this, she can help you with your problem. And she also knows she's being discreet very purposefully, that you can tell that she's being discreet, but she knows, and you understand why she's being discreet.
Right. I feel like I can see in her eyes that she understands that history, some things you feel like you don't want to share as far as your history, because that's what makes it history, right? And so you just want to worry about the now and not have to worry about the past, except
right. So
the
she's
past
trying to
not coming to bite you, right?
Right.
So,
she's trying to keep everybody focused on the now and what's important now. And she's like, I can help you with this. I think I can help you with this. I'm gonna do my best. I can't guarantee. And she again looks at you knowingly, but I'm gonna try.
So he's begrudgingly just kind of he's rubbing his neck and he's looking everywhere around the room, and he's just because he doesn't really like doing things that he doesn't have control over, so he's fine, okay, all right, I'm about it. Yeah, we can do this. I can do this. And you can actually have a little bit of a break into his tough exterior, because he's actually now being a little bit he feels I don't know, what's the word? Not necessarily being judged, but he definitely feels a tinge of not embarrassment, but what's the word?
Vulnerability?
Vulnerability,
It's like,
yeah.
It's like when
yeah.
somebody understands you and you don't know how to deal with that.
What even is that, man?
Yeah. So like he is feeling a little bit vulnerable. So, and he's not accustomed to expressing that, especially with people that he just kind of met, you know. So, but he is definitely in a bind, and this is the best solution for that. And so he acquiesces to that, to the suggestions that have been laid out by the crew as well as Phoebe Dunsmith.
And she's like, so, you ready to play the skins for the Winklers? Is that what you called yourself?
Oh, fucking hell, you're called the Winklers?
It's Bernard Leftwinkle and the Winklers.
And the Winklers.
It's a
Yeah.
cover.
You'll learn
Are
to
you
love
in?
it.
Are you in though? Is that what you're saying? You're in?
Are you a Winkler?
Oh, don't make it worse.
Come on, I need to hear the
Say it.
words.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right,
And we'll see you.
jump him in, boys.
Beat his fucking ass.
My spine!
Thanks for listening to the STF Network. If you want to hear more from us, check out our other Starfinder and Pathfinder shows at the stfnetwork.com. That's the stfnetwork.com. And support us on Patreon to listen to our bonus podcasts, including our homebrew adventures and Tom Talks, our behind-the-scenes show. Stay groovy, possums.